I thought I'd make a quick video on the DJI goggles battery. I think these batteries work with multiple versions of the goggles, but this is from the goggles too. This was stuffed. When you held down the power button, it wouldn't. When you push the power button, nothing would happen, and when you held it down to turn it on with the cable in, nothing would happen. Put it on charge, it would initially, a couple of lights would go on, like, 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then it would just stop doing that, and then it would just flash this light here on its own. Now, in order to get into it, you have to chisel it apart. It comes apart like that, and it's a bit of a pain. It's a destructive way of getting it in, and it'll never look the same again. So it needs to be pushed together again and glued together, but eventually, if you do pry it apart, you'll get inside here. And what I found is, by testing with a multimeter across these 2 points here, I don't know if I can do this with one hand, and see if I can. There you go. There you go. That was reading 1.5 volts across those 2 points. Now, there's no contact on this end here to test, and so this battery could be dead, and you wouldn't be able to test it. And so what I did is I drilled a small hole in the end here to get the contact. Obviously, you don't want to drill too far, because then you'll be drilling into the battery. So just very carefully, I drilled a hole to get just through the plastic, and to start touching the metal, and then I measured from there to there. This cell was fine, and this cell was at one. When I say fine, I mean this was at 3.5 volts, and this was at 1.5. They should be the same. A lithium-ion cell should be between, I think, 3.5 and 4.2 volts. Don't quote me on that. Do your own research. But what I then did, when I found it's what you can do with lithium-ion cells, when they drop below that serviceable voltage, these charge circuits won't charge them, because they consider it dangerous to charge them, and they consider it a dead cell. So that's what this messaging on the lights was saying. I'm not going to charge it because that cell's dead, and I'll blow it up or something like that. And you're probably best to take that advice, but I have one of these, and I was willing to take the risk. And what you can do, or any source of 5 volts, you can put the battery clamps, the cables on it, and that is the positive end there, the negative end here. Actually, make sure you test it with a multimeter in case I'm wrong. And I clamp the cables to it, and what you do is you give it like 4 volts, but you watch it. And in fact, I'll do it while I watch. Hold on a second. Okay, so I've got that positive one clamped to that one. I did check it again now. Don't do it the other way around, because then you're completing the circuit, and you don't want to do that. So this is set to a 3 amp constant current. And then what you see is, if you try and push the voltage into it, I have to turn it on first. Now it's ready to push the voltage, the current into it, and you'll see this spin up, and you see it drop down from the 3 volts, the 4 volts that it's supposed to be, to the 3 volts that it could do. When I initially started, it was down at 1.5 volts. So the idea is to get the voltage above that 3.5 minimum voltage, so that then this charge circuit will consider it able to charge. Now, don't quote me on any of this. Do your own research on batteries and whether it's safe to do that. Probably start looking up jump-starting batteries, but lithium-ion batteries. But basically, that got that to a point where it would actually start charging, and yeah, I'll be treating that battery carefully. I don't know whether I've really resurrected it or not, but it seems to now be alive enough to charge. And I'll just see if I can turn it on with the cable in. Yeah, with the cable in now I can actually have it running, and it seems to be working.